He is known for the idea of history, which became a major inspiration for philosophy of history in the English-speaking world and is extensively cited. He is recognized for categorizing history as a science and distinguishing it from natural sciences, emphasizing the study of human thoughts and motivations. His name is R.G. Collingwood. R.G. Collingwood, a renowned philosopher of history, left a lasting impact on the field with his groundbreaking work, The Idea of History. This influential piece, compiled by his student T.M. Knox after Collingwood's death, became a major source of inspiration for the philosophy of history in the English-speaking world. Despite his significant contributions, Collingwood found himself ironically referred to as the best-known neglected thinker of our time by commentator Lewis Mink. Collingwood distinguished history as a science from natural sciences, highlighting the fundamental differences between the two. While natural sciences focus on the physical world, history delves into the realm of social sciences and human affairs. Collingwood emphasized the challenge of understanding historical events and the thoughts of historical figures, as they cannot be directly observed like present realities or objects in the natural sciences. This led him to assert that all history is the history of thought, emphasizing the importance of exploring the thoughts and motivations of historical actors. To bridge the gap between the present and historical events, Collingwood proposed a methodological approach that involved the historian using their historical imagination to reconstruct and reenact the thought processes of historical persons. He believed that thoughts, regardless of how many people entertained them, were singular entities with a unique propositional content. By following the correct line of inquiry and reasoning, historians could arrive at the same thought as the author of a historical source, enabling them to reenact that thought and gain a deeper understanding of the past. Collingwood also criticized what he termed scissors and paste history, where historians would disregard statements recorded by their subjects if they contradicted other historical statements or the historian's own worldview. He emphasized the value of investigating sources that might not align with current understandings, recognizing that they were created by rational humans who had reasons for their creation. Collingwood's approach challenged historians to delve into the historical context and motivations behind such sources, ultimately enriching our understanding of history. In summary, R.G. Collingwood's philosophy of history revolutionized the field by emphasizing the importance of understanding the thoughts and motivations of historical actors. His concept of reenacting thoughts through historical imagination and his rejection of scissors and paste history continue to shape the way historians approach and interpret the past. Collingwood's legacy as a neglected thinker persists, but his profound contributions to the philosophy of history remain influential and celebrated. R.G. Collingwood, a renowned philosopher and historian, was born on February 22, 1889 in Cartmel, Grange-over-Sands. His father, W.G. Collingwood, served as John Ruskin's private secretary, while his mother was a talented artist and pianist. Collingwood received his education at Rugby School and later attended University College, Oxford, where he excelled in his studies. He obtained a first in classical moderations in 1910 and a congratulatory first in greats in 1912. Before completing his studies, he was elected a Fellow of Pembroke College, Oxford. Pembroke College became Collingwood's academic home for the next 15 years, where he thrived as a Fellow. Eventually, he took on the prestigious position of the Waynflete Professor of Metaphysical Philosophy at Magdalen College, Oxford. It was during this time that he was greatly influenced by F.J. Haverfield, a prominent historian and archaeologist who held the title of Camden Professor of Ancient History. Collingwood's philosophical perspectives were also shaped by the Italian idealists Benedetto Croce, Giovanni Gentile, and Guido de Ruggiero, as well as thinkers like Hegel, Kant, Giambattista Vico, F.H. Bradley, and J.A. Smith. Collingwood's life was not without its challenges. He suffered from debilitating strokes that gradually worsened over the years. Despite these setbacks, he remained a practicing Anglican throughout his life. It was in Coniston, Lancashire, that Collingwood's journey came to an end on January 9, 1943. Throughout his career, Collingwood's philosophy delved into the complexities of human existence and the nature of knowledge. His famous quote, "My life will recur in exactly identical fashion," reflects his exploration of the concept of recurrence and the interconnectedness of past, present, and future. Collingwood's ideas continue to hold relevance today, as we grapple with understanding our place in the world and seek meaning in our daily lives. R.G. Collingwood, a renowned philosopher and archaeologist, was a man of many talents. While he spent his term time teaching philosophy at Oxford, he dedicated his vacations to the fascinating world of archaeology. His expertise in Roman Britain made him a leading authority on the subject, and he conducted numerous excavations and studies throughout his career. One of Collingwood's notable contributions was his theory about Hadrian's Wall. He proposed that the wall served not only as a fighting platform but also as an elevated sentry walk. Additionally, he suggested that Hadrian's defensive system included forts along the Cumberland coast. His ideas challenged conventional wisdom and sparked further research and discussion in the field. In 1937, Collingwood embarked on a controversial excavation near Penrith called King Arthur's Round Table. Although he didn't find conclusive evidence of Neolithic activity, he discovered the base of 2 stone pillars, a possible cremation trench, and some post holes. Unfortunately, his ill health prevented him from conducting a second season of excavation. However, recent research has questioned some of the findings by another prehistorian, Gerhard Berceau, and Collingwood's reputation as an excavator has been largely rehabilitated. Throughout his archaeological career, Collingwood dedicated himself to documenting Roman inscriptions in Britain. He traveled extensively to observe and draw nearly 900 inscriptions, which culminated in the publication of the Roman Inscriptions of Britain in 1965. This work became a significant resource for scholars studying Roman Britain and showcased Collingwood's meticulous attention to detail. Collingwood's most influential archaeological contribution came in the form of his work on Roman Britain and the English settlements. He wrote the majority of the first volume of the Oxford History of England, approaching the topic from an archaeological perspective rather than a purely historical one. This groundbreaking approach, which Collingwood referred to as question and answer archaeology, provided a fresh and captivating narrative for readers. However, some critics argued that it blurred the line between objective and subjective interpretations. One aspect of Collingwood's work that garnered attention was his description of Romano-British art. He famously remarked, "The impression that constantly haunts the archaeologist, like a bad smell, is that of an ugliness that plagues the place like a London fog." This provocative statement highlighted his knack for evocative language and his willingness to challenge established perceptions. Collingwood's philosophy of question and answer archaeology continues to shape the field today. His belief that excavations should only occur when there is a specific question to be answered has been incorporated into English heritage's conditions for scheduled monuments consent. His emphasis on critical inquiry and the search for answers serves as a valuable lesson that can be applied to our daily lives, reminding us to ask questions, seek knowledge, and challenge prevailing assumptions.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.